How do I start a video log? Do I just go like, hello there, invisible people? Hello, me from the future. Welcome to my first video log, you know? Anyways, I wanted to start these logs as a way to keep track of all the things I've done each month, and maybe a few of you will find that interesting. I'm more doing it as a personal thing to kind of show myself all the things I've done throughout the years. As like a little archive of sorts. But also to show other people that might be interested, like, hey, look at all those cool little things I did. I'll start with my experiences and then get into some of the more technical, codey stuff later. So, I have been streaming a lot this month. 5 times a week, in fact. My boyfriend's been very supportive of this. On Sunday, we do our social Sundays, where we've been playing VR chat. That's what I'm currently in. It's kind of my chance to hang out with the community, and we'll tend to go on adventure maps, such as this one where our boat sank and we had to navigate around these spooky sharks. Crow, there's a jelly lad over here. Or this other one where we survived the haunted asylum map. The next door has to be on the bottom floor. Uh-oh. We might want to run. Run! When the joke jam came out, you could find us herding cats or guiding little critters that seem to have a mind of their own. Or fighting Mark Zuckerberg in the metaverse of madness. We defeated Mark. Gabe, our savior is here. After the jam, one of my favorite maps I found was this giant jungle gym. It brought me back to when I was a child. I had so much fun in these things. Just recently in our past stream, Aaron, Crow, and Aaron's a friend of mine, not to be confused with me, I'm also Aaron. The 3 of us, we went to an amusement park. Aaron had never been on a coaster in VR, and so we tried to all just stand up in real life and experience the coasters that way. It's a heck of a lot of fun. Speaking of my friend Aaron, we had recently been watching a lot of anime together, and he decided to get this very cute piece of art commissioned to commemorate the moment. Just, look how cute it is. Anyways, Monday has been our Beat Saber stream. I can't post any of those to YouTube for copyright reasons, unfortunately. For the past few streams, Aaron has joined in, essentially being like a co-host with me. It's been a lot of fun playing with him. And there was at one point that Zario also joined in, so we had 3 total people doing Beat Saber together. It was so awesome. If any of y'all are interested in joining, let me know in my Discord. For Wednesdays, we just started our miscellaneous midweek streams. Essentially, the community votes on what we should do or play. This first month we decided with One Shot. I had never played it before, and honestly, it was quite an amazing experience. One of the fun things that One Shot would do would be to use your computer as part of the story, having you check stuff like your documents or your wallpaper for puzzle clues. Also new to my stream schedule are my Thursday art streams. I've been collaborating with Hirashi and Crow the Esperling to make a show revolving art. Honestly, I just wanted an excuse to practice drawing, and both my friends wanted to start doing some kind of art stream, so put a little thing together. I'm hosting an art stream. Each week, one of us brings topics and rules to the table, and each of us makes our own art based on those. Crow tends to make stuff in 3D, which I find really cool. And you could tell Hirashi has a lot more experience in art than I do. But that's okay. With my programming skills and their artistic talent, I think we put on a pretty good show. And finally, Friday is our game development streams. These streams focus on me coding my game Project Amaranth. And for those who don't know, Project Amaranth is this big passion project I started 6-ish years ago, maybe 7 now. And we've just been slowly working at it ever since. I have so much love for this game that I'm making. I really want to show you a couple of the things from it that I've worked on lately. For example, we just recently finalized Earth. His movement feels so good now. He can throw the rocks, he can create waves, he can spawn spires from the ground. His ult has him become this huge spiky version that hurts everyone he runs into. Metal is almost in a finished state as well. He is more of a melee character, able to use his spikes to hurt enemies or launch himself into the air. He has a hammer for similar purposes. It's good for launching himself forward or doing a lot of damage to an enemy. The grapple hook is good for getting to high places, or dealing lots of damage if you manage to attach it to an enemy. And finally, his ult magnetizes everyone towards him, which, when they get close, he creates all these spikes that hurt them. Twisted, one of my coders, has been working a lot on nature. The nature element, that is. And even more specifically, his third attack, which lets him spawn and upgrade various plant allies. One of the allies is this tree that spawns healing apples. One is this plant that launches beams at nearby enemies, dealing damage. Kind of like a turret. And this other one crawls across the ground, dealing vine damage. And keep in mind, some of these are development textures and don't reflect what they will look like in the future. For example, this is just the ice floor texture, colored green. Recently, I've been working a lot with Unity, and decided to start working on my own VR chat maps. I've always wanted to make them, and I finally started having that confidence to start doing them. I wanted to start off with something easy, so I came up with this like blocky thing. It ended up being a lot more complicated because of that's just how I am. For one, I had to write a script that would lock the blocks in the editor to a grid and then snap their scaling. For lighting, I opted for a flat baked lighting system. I've never done lighting in Unity before and figured out that this probably was not a good idea. It looks alright, but then when you actually play it, the characters look really dark, as there's no actual lights. Baking means the blocks just have a texture that makes them look like there is light, but none is simulated at runtime. Which, by the way, baking took 6 hours, and I had to do it 2 times, because I messed up the first time. I made a lot of scripts for this map that I think will come in handy for the future maps, such as things being toggled by buttons or area triggers, how to transition music from one song to another when the player enters a new area, how to make objects follow paths based on people pressing buttons, and here, look at this. This was an interesting one. Apparently, no matter how heavy these are, they will always bounce off of a player that's standing completely still. As if, like, the player is somehow immobile. The way I fixed this was when players get close to it, I added a bunch of velocity to the player away from the surface, and that works! Something that I'm constantly working on is my Discord bots. I've completely reworked the profile system for A2000. I bet most people didn't even know it existed in the first place, to be honest, but I have a lot of pride for this rework. Now it is really simple for me to add stuff to it, and it feels nice to use. There are currently 3 pages, some of which are hidden if they are not relevant to you. First one here is your birthday. The bot will celebrate your birthday when it comes up. Okay, I know, not all that impressive, but I made it more to test the system, but here, this next one is pretty cool. I've set up an entire money system where users can store and send money to each other. I built it essentially so that I could pay people on Discord. Users who receive money from me can put in their PayPal email, and I'll just send the money to their PayPal when I can. The third page simply displays your karma for each server you're in that has that system enabled. For those who don't know, karma is my own system that gives each person a point value, which can be increased by participating in the server and users granting them karma. It is often a good way to see at a glance who is an active and respected member of a community. Another thing that I'm constantly working on is our home automation. Over the past few months, I've been writing code for our house. My boyfriend set up all these color-changing lights and motion sensors throughout the house, and I coded them to talk to each other. The lights turn off automatically when no one is around, and have different colors based on the time of day and location. For example, at night, the bedroom light gets this dark red color. I've also coded in this fun party mode. A fun thing I've set up is that if anyone donates a single bit during my streams, they can change the color of the light in my room.
For a while now, I've been thinking about making a VR setup for my streams. I was inspired by other creators having VTuber setups, and I figured with my programming knowledge I could make a really cool. And so I did. It's in its early stages of development, but I could move my character around, change the background, and interact with the Twitch chat. Twitch chat has 3 commands so far. Anyone can spawn a small box on top of my head for 50 channel points. For those who want to donate, there are a few bit-related commands. Very similar to my light changing in real life command. The light will change here too. It's the exact same command. I've also added a big box for 25 bits that falls over my head, and I have to spend a bit of time to take it off so I can see.
Over time, I try to add a little bit of stuff to my Patreon so that there's more benefit to joining as a patron. For people who subscribe as a patron, right now you get a special record that marches across my stream on demand. You can customize it and give it special items. Currently there are 4 tiers to my Patreon, which allow for different base skins and items that the record can wear. As far as that goes, Twitch subscribers are counted as well. Like tier 1 subs are the same as tier 1 patrons, and same with tier 2 as tier 2 patrons, and 3 as 3. They match up. And server boosters also count as tier 1 patrons, so yay for them. Anyways, I wanted to show off the first 2 aesthetics we added, which are the bone staff and the bone helmet. Nice! These are available for tier 2 patrons. I think they look really good with the haunted base. Another small thing I have coded recently is events now separate and group up based on when they are happening. It's a little thing, but it looks so much cleaner now. Took a lot of code to do. Anyways, I could go on and on about all the little things I've coded this month, such as how donations now create this rainbow bar when new donations come in so that viewers know how much progress I've made, or how my friends commissioned me to check if a specific Steam item was in stock. But I won't bore you with every little detail. If you want to see all the little stuff, I recommend checking out the changelog in my Discord server. Well, that's all for this month's update. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye bye! Bye bye!